Alright, what is up guys and welcome to another video. In this one, we are discussing something very interesting. As you can tell, I'm quite hyper, I'm quite energetic, and this title is not clickbait. We are genuinely, this is FIFA 18. This is it. Now, I don't think any of you will know this, but when I took like a month break off YouTube quite recently, I got invited to the FIFA 18 beta and I've played the game. Every game mode has been played. I have all the information, and this is the video you want to be watching. I'm going to break this video down into 3 sections: gameplay, ultimate team, and career mode. Those are the 3 things that I mainly played, and trust me, it's worth sticking around for. We're going to start with the gameplay aspect. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I played my first game of FIFA 18 is the difference in the gameplay from FIFA 17 to FIFA 18 is ridiculous. It's like when we went from PS2 to PS3 or Xbox 360. Seriously, it's that much of a difference. It's more of a difference than when, you know, when FIFA 14 started and then they brought out Xbox One and they carried FIFA 14 over. It's more of a difference than that. Seriously, it's unbelievably different. Another thing that I noticed is that defending is literally impossible. Like, if you learn how to defend on that game, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna win games. You're gonna do well in foot champs. Like, I would recommend at the start of the game, build a good defense before you build your attack. Like, it is that hard to defend on this game. So if you get defending down, you're gonna do well in FIFA 18. Another gameplay aspect that I noticed is the one thing they have worked on is getting their crosses right, and they have absolutely nailed it. Seriously, they're not too overpowered. It's not like FIFA 14 where headers are OP. The crosses, they feel perfectly weighted. You score the right amount of headers. They're not so overpowered to the point where if it's 90th minute you can wing and cross. You can't abuse that style of play in this game. It's just not, like, the crosses, they're perfect. They're not overpowered. They're not too bad like last year. I think they've absolutely nailed crosses this year. They are brilliant. Small features that I noticed is that they've got the new kickoff added in, but that's obviously to be expected because it's the new rule in football. The graphics are ridiculously good this year. It is actually another step up. Like, every year you see the new graphics and you're like, whoa, these graphics are as good as they've ever been. How are they going to improve that? The graphics, again, it's the same feeling. They've got better. And the one thing you're probably waiting, you're desperate to find out, is pace overpowered?
Because you know I'm all about that pace, no dribble. I'm all about that pace, no dribble. I'm all about that pace, no dribble. I'm all about that pace. You see on videos, all these players are super amazing cause of one number on their card.
Of course it is. It's FIFA, right? You'll see people, because it's like the gameplay's slowed down a lot this year, pace is still as vital as ever. You'll see people at the start of the game, this is a genuine prediction, that people will start to go, oh, pace isn't as important this year. We'll play a few months of FIFA and people will realise that pace is king, because it just always is. But that's pretty much all I picked up on the gameplay for FIFA 18. Let's move on to Ultimate Team.
Get set, go, take off.
So, we're going to start off, all the Ultimate Team fans, one of the things that's always a big thing every year is the pack animation. If you watched Foot Live, you'd have seen it. But one thing I do want to address is on the beta, they gave us loads of free packs, and I figured out that you can see when there's going to be a walkout. If you remember, in FIFA 17, the pack froze as you opened it, and that indicated that you were getting a walkout. In FIFA 18, it's completely different. When you open a pack and you don't have a walkout, it does a delay, then the pack comes out. So the delay happens when you don't have a walkout, and when you do have a walkout, there's like a bit of a glitch in it. Like the stadium kind of, the screen glows up for a second. There might be some like You know, like when the TV goes a bit mad and all the colours come up and whatever, there's like a few sparkles of them. It basically glitches out when you have a walkout, and it goes really quickly through to the pack, and you can definitely tell that you've got a walkout. Now we move on to squad battles, one of the new features on FIFA 18. I'm just going to be brutally honest, they are so boring. Like, seriously, I love FIFA, I love Ultimate Team. Squad battles are not something I'm going to be taking part in this year, well, regularly anyway. Literally, it's not even a battle. There's just 4 squads featured from random Ultimate Teams, and you play against them offline. You have to do, like, they refresh every, like, 3 hours. So if you were to do a full week of squad battles and get your rewards, you'd literally have to play no online games, because you have to play like 4 games every 3 hours from what it said on the beta. It's quite boring, it's really repetitive, it's not something I'm interested in. I'm just going to quickly touch on the FUT draft this year. It's the same really, like there's nothing too interesting about it. For the past 2 years though, they have had the black screen, you know, the black screen when you get a good selection of players. It's not a black screen anymore, it's like the purple, green, orange of the layout. It's majority purple, but that's the new black screen. I don't know if it will be called the black screen as it has been dubbed for the past 2 years, but yeah, it's not black anymore. Other than that, FUT draft's the same. We're going to talk about FUT Champions, and I'm going to tell you whether or not I think it's going to be easy and fun to complete the 40 games, or whether it's going to become a task like it did last year, because by this time, like way before this time, this year, but I just FIFA 17 wore me out. Like, because of FUT Champions, you end up playing so much of the game, and then you just kind of get like FIFA fatigue, which is almost impossible. But you don't have as much motivation to play FUT Champions. As much as the gameplay was good this year, it was just easy to like lose focus and want to stop playing it. But with FIFA 18, the gameplay is fun. Do I think it's going to be easy to play FUT Champions every week through? No, but that's just me personally anyway. It's a good gameplay. I don't know if it's a fun gameplay, but it's definitely good. But that's all I really have to talk about on Ultimate Team. Let's move on to career mode. This is probably what a few of you are waiting for. I've got a career mode series on my channel at the moment. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do career mode on FIFA 18 as well as Ultimate Team, because I can definitely do that. Now, career mode has probably had the biggest difference, like the most upgrade from any FIFA, like from any game mode in any FIFA, from one FIFA to another. Like seriously, career mode has had a complete, it's like you've unlocked a financial takeover for the game mode career mode. You know how you can get financial takeovers from the catalogue to give yourself loads of money and improve your team on career mode? It's like they've done that with the actual game mode. However, there is a lot different, but I'm going to discuss whether they're good differences or bad differences. The first thing that everyone's been talking about is the player negotiations, and I'm going to run you through exactly how that works. You go to buy a player on FIFA 18 career mode, and you can't inquire. You have to add them to your shortlist. You then go on your shortlist and you have to approach to buy. It takes a while to get used to the career mode menus because there's different things in different places this year. It's all really quite different. So you go on the player, you go on approach to buy, and the manager that you select at the start will have a meeting with the agent. And you would have probably seen YouTube videos that have been muted, and you'll probably want to know whether you actually hear them speaking, or what they say, or what happens if you put in bad offers and stuff like that. So I'm going to cover all of that. When you actually go in, the opening scene is the same for every player apart from the agent changes. It's extremely repetitive. They don't speak at all. It's just text on the bottom. There's some crappy music in the background. It's not as good as it could be because they don't have any actual audio clips of the manager speaking to the agent. You then go through and you negotiate with the agent the price tag for the player. Again, there's no speaking involved. The text on the bottom is the same for every player. It's extremely repetitive. You discuss what type of deal you want to do, whether you want to do a player swap. So what would happen is if you want to swap a player, you go for the player, you say, I'm interested in a player swap deal, you suggest a player that you want to swap with, that you want to swap for the player you're trying to buy. They will either say, sorry, we're looking for a right winger or whatever position they're looking for, or they will say, we'd be interested in this player with a cash deal. So I did my career move with City. I went in to get Messi just for banter. I offered Bernardo Silva. They said, yep, fine, we want Bernardo Silva, but only if you add cash. And then they suggest how much cash you should offer. I didn't have any cash at that time, so I thought it'd be funny to just put in a terrible offer and see what happens. So I offered Bernardo Silva and 10 million when they wanted Bernardo Silva and 97 million. And the agent got angry and they said, no, we simply cannot do that. And then he stormed out the room, but obviously he wasn't speaking. That was the text that came up on the bottom or something like that. And then, if you fail negotiations with the agent, you can't go back in for that player until the next transfer window, which is kind of mad. Usually you can offer more and then do loads of contracts and they'll accept or deny. But this time you get one shot. If you bottle it, it's over. You can't go back in for that player. However, once you have signed a player, you get to do the contract negotiation with the player. And what happens is, your manager is sat at his desk, the agent comes through with the player, so the player actually comes into the meeting room with you. He's wearing his suit, he's sat with his agent, and you discuss the contract. You start off discussing his squad role. The agent will, again, there's no speaking, it's just text on the bottom, but it will say something like, my client feels like he should be part of every game that he's fit for, obviously not including injury and stuff like that. So every game he's fit for, he wants to play all the vital games, and that'll be a crucial squad offer. Or it could say something like, my client feels like he should be in the starting 11 for most games, but not all, which would be important and stuff like that. And you discuss each part of the contract one by one, not like in FIFA 17 where you'd have this page and you'd do wages, then goal bonus, then squad role and stuff like that. Also, they have bonuses, like you discuss the signing on fee and you discuss a bonus to give them after they've played however many games or scored however many goals for your club, which is quite a nice feature. But again, this whole process, you can read what it says along the bottom a solid 5 seconds before it moves on to what the agent says. I don't know if that's to help slow readers or something, but it is very time consuming and it's extremely repetitive. You do have the option to not go through that, but what that is you send your assistant manager to discuss the contract and you give him instructions. Don't go over this amount of money, don't offer this much wages, which does save time, but it's just, you don't get to do it yourself, you know what I mean? And then the agent will report back to you on like if the deal was successful or not. But yeah, that's pretty much how the negotiations work for career mode. It's interesting, but I feel like after a few months of career mode, the novelty will wear off of the new features and the new way of getting players, and it will just start to become boring and tedious and repetitive. But that's all I really have on career mode, that's all I really have on Ultimate Team, that's all I really have on the FIFA 18 gameplay. No idea how long this video is. I'm not going to try and drag this out and get it over the 10-minute mark. If this gets a lot of views, then hello, welcome to my channel. Please feel free to check out some more of my videos. I doubt it will, but you know, it's FIFA 18, it's a bit of a hype, you never know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you're most excited for in FIFA 18, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace!